previous vlog, you learned the significance of meiosis in maintaining the number of chromosomes in an organism. But how is the behavior of chromosomes during meiosis related to heredity? Hello my dear students! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is me again, Teacher Tin, your science teacher for today. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell for more updates in Science 8. For today's lesson vlog, we are going to discuss about the Mendelian genetics. The most essential learning competency for today's topic is to predict the phenotypic expressions of traits following the simple patterns of inheritance. Heredity, variation, principle of dominance, law of segregation, recessive traits, dominant traits. These are some words that you may encounter in today's lesson vlog. We already know that when we say genetics, this is the study of heredity and variation. At pag sinabi nating heredity, ito naman yung study kung saan mapapag-aralan natin kung paano ba naiipasa ang mga traits from one generation to another. And when we say variation, ito naman yung pag-aaral kung paano natin mauunawaan kung bakit nagkakaroon ba ng pagkakaiba-iba pa rin sa mga organism. Okay, kung paano mo ba naman na ang kulot mong buhok, kung paano mo naman na ang iyong tuwid na buhok, bakit ka matangkad, bakit ka pandak, bakit matangos ang ilong mo, bakit medyo hindi naman, bakit ang ganda ng mata mo, bakit may mga mata na sakto lang, o bakit may maputi, bakit may maitim, bakit may kayumanggi, o bakit ka nagkaroon ng dimple. Okay, yan ang pag-aaralan natin sa araw na ito. At ang tawag natin dyan is yun na ngang heredity. Because when we say heredity, this is the study of how traits are being passed from one generation to another. Noong taong ito nagsimula na yung mga biologists ay magsimula na mag-aral tungkol dito sa heredity through scientific experiments. At kung nakikilala niyo si Gregor Mendel, ayan, si Gregor Johann Mendel, siya lang naman ang ating father of genetics. Dahil sa kanya nagsimula ang pag-aaral tungkol sa heredity, kung paano ba naiipasa ang mga traits from one generation to another. Okay, saan ba nagsimula itong discovery ni Gregor Mendel about genetics? So, nag-start ito nung pinag-aralan niya yung tungkol sa pea plants. Yung pea plants, pinag-aralan niyo yung 7 characteristic or 7 traits ng pea plants. At ano-ano ba yung 7 traits na yon? Una dyan, andyan yung seed color, seed shape, seed coat color, pod shape, flower position, and height. Yung 7 traits ng pea plants na yan, dito pinag-aralan ni Gregor Mendel kung paano ba naiipasa itong mga traits from one generation to another. Gregor Mendel studied these 7 traits because these are easily recognizable in pea plants. The following are the 7 recognizable traits and contrasting forms in pea plants. Number 1, the seed color. So, ginamit niya ang green at saka ang color yellow. Pagdating naman sa seed shape, ginamit naman niya ang round at saka ang wrinkled. And when it comes to seed coat color, okay, he used colored at saka white. And pagdating naman sa pod color, ginamit niya rin ang green at saka ang yellow. And then for the pod shape, ginamit naman niya ang inflated at saka ang constricted. And for the flower position, he made use of axial at saka naman ang terminal. And for the height, ginamit niya ang tall at saka ang short. In his experiment, he began cross-pollinating peas with contrasting traits. Yes, ang ginawa niya, parang pinag-crossbreed niya ba itong magkakaiba ang traits. So ito ay tinawag niya na cross-first parental generation or P1. Dahil dito nagsimula yung kanyang pagko-crossbreed ng mga contrasting traits nitong P1. At again, tinawag itong P1 or cross first parental generation. Ayan, so nung nag-combine itong seed color, which is yung green and yellow, so ang naging offspring nito ay yellow pala ang lumabas out of green and yellow. Ayan, at yung offspring nitong mga crosses ay nag-resemble one another. At ang tawag dun sa offspring ng parental cross ay tinawag na first filial F1 generation. Kumbaga, ito yung naging resulta ng pagko-cross-pollinate ni Gregor Mendel doon sa parents na green and yellow when it comes to the seed color. So, kagaya nito nasa table, makikita nyo na yellow yung naging first filial generation nung pinag-combine niya yung green and yellow na seed color ng pea plant. And then, yung seed shape naman, which is yung round and wrinkled, naging offspring naman nila is round. At yung seed color, yung colored and white, ay colored naman ang lumabas. Yung pod color, combination ng green and yellow, green naman ang naging offspring niya. How about dun sa pod shape, inflated and constricted, inflated naman yung lumabas. And the flower position, axial and terminal, okay, lumabas ay axial. And yung height naman from tall and short, so ang naging offspring ay tall. Again, the offspring of the first parental generation is what we call the F1 or the first filial generation. Ito ay tinatawag din na hybrid. At hindi dito natatapos yung experiment ni Gregor Mendel. Diba? From the first parental generation, nagkaroon ng first filial generation, which is yung offspring na nga, galing dun sa dalawang magkaibang traits. So, ang ginawa naman ni Gregor Mendel, itong first filial generation, sinelf-pollinate naman niya. So, kung ang lumabas doon sa seed color na green and yellow, ang lumabas sa first filial generation is yellow. So, ang ginawa niya, sinelf-pollinate naman niya itong yellow. So, ibig sabihin, dalawang yellow naman ang pinag-combine niya. At yung yellow na yun ay galing na nga dun sa F1, which is the first filial generation. At ang naging offspring naman nila ay tinatawag na F2, which is second filial generation. Mendel repeated and repeated these experiments and he got the same results. He hypothesized that the appearance of traits were controlled by the factors called genes. Yan. Each trait is controlled by two alleles. So, ano bang pagkakaiba ng genes at saka ng alleles? So, kapag sinabi kasi nating genes, this is a unit of hereditary information. Samantalang yun namang allele na tinatawag natin, they are code for the transmission of traits. Okay, let us have the Mendelian principles. There are two, the principle of dominance and the law of segregation. So let us discuss first the principle of dominance. Principle of dominance states that one member of the factor may hide or prevent the appearance of the other factor. Okay, balikan natin yung table na results of Mendel's crosses between pure breeding pea plants. So, kung mapapansin nyo dito sa table na to, di ba yung parents, magkaiba yung trait nila. Sa seed color, green and yellow. Pero pagdating dun sa offspring, yellow na ang lumabas. And then sa seed shape, isa lang din ang lumabas. It's either round or wrinkled. So, round lang yung lumabas. At kung mapapansin nyo dito sa first filial generation, isa lang lagi ang lumabas out of the two traits of the parents. Okay? So, ibig sabihin lang nito, kung ano yung lumabas doon sa first filial generation, ibig sabihin, ito ang tinatawag natin na dominant trait. Pag sinabi natin dominant trait, ibig sabihin, ito yung mas malakas yung genes kesa doon sa isa. Okay? So, mas mataas, mas malakas yung trait noong yellow kesa doon sa green na seed color. Okay, so yung ano naman tawag natin dun sa trait na hindi nag-appear kagaya dito sa seed color. Green and yellow ang parents pero yellow yung lumabas. Yellow, since yellow yung lumabas sa F1, that is the dominant trait. Eh, anong tawag dun sa green? So, ang tawag natin dun sa green is the recessive trait. At pag sinabi nating recessive trait, ito naman yung genes na hindi siya nag-appear sa first generation, sa first filial generation, pero pwedeng yung recessive gene na to, pwede siyang mag-reappear doon sa second generation or doon sa F2 generation. Yung mga scientists, gumagamit sila ng symbol para dun sa two factors or yung alleles. So, gumagamit sila ng capital letter kapag dominant yung trait at small letter naman kapag recessive yung trait. Okay, kagaya ng example natin dun sa seed color. So, di ba yung seed color natin ay meron tayong yellow at saka meron tayong green. At lumabas sa first filial generation ay yellow. Meaning to say, kung lumabas ay yellow, yellow ang dominant trait. So, ano ang magiging symbol ng kanilang allele? So, yung yellow, ang symbol natin dyan is capital Y. So, ibig sabihin, dominant yung trait ng yellow. At since recessive yung green, siya po ay small letter Y. We have this term, homozygous dominant, homozygous recessive, and heterozygous or hybrid. So, ano naman yung pagkakaiba ng kanilang mga alleles? Okay, tandaan nyo na ang bawat individual, pwede silang magkaroon ng identical alleles or different alleles for a particular genes. Okay, when two genes in pair are identical, ibig sabihin, homozygous yan. Ibig sabihin, pure breed. Kunwari, yellow at yellow, lalabas dyan, yellow talaga, ibig sabihin, pure breed yan. Ang tawag natin dyan is homozygous. Pwede rin naman na, kunwari, dalawang recessive naman yung parental generation. For example, green at green, tapos lalabas ay green, ibig sabihin, homozygous din yan, kaya lang, homozygous recessive naman ang tawag doon. So, ibig sabihin, kapag dalawang capital Y, ibig sabihin, ang tawag natin dyan is homozygous dominant. Ibig sabihin yung parent niyan ay parehas na yellow, parehas dominant. Kaya double capital Y ang magiging allele natin. Pero kapag naman green at green naman, so ibig sabihin identical na recessive trait naman yan. So dalawang small letter Y naman yan. At ang tawag natin dyan is homozygous recessive. Ngayon, pwede po ba na magkaiba naman ang kanilang pair of genes? Yes, pwede. Pwedeng isang capital Y at isang small letter Y. Ibig sabihin, combination siya ng isang yellow at ng isang green na seed color. At ang lumabas naman dyan is yellow. Kaya ito naman ay tinatawag natin na heterozygous or hybrid na. The second one is the law of segregation. Okay, when we say law of segregation states that a pair of genes segregate or separate from each other during gamete formation or meiosis. One gene goes to one gamete. One gene goes to one gamete and the other gene goes to another gamete. For example, a purebred yellow seed shape, which is YY na capital, since the genes of this pair are alike, all the gametes produced by the homozygous parent will be alike. Ayan, kagaya nito, parehas siya na capital Y dahil nga homozygous din yung kanyang parent. Okay, the same is true for the other parent. Ganon din naman dito sa homozygous recessive na green. So, ang mapupunta rin sa kanyang mga gametes ay small letter Y at small letter Y. So, yun naman yung magiging gametes dito. Okay, since homozygous yung kanilang parent. Okay, let us have another figure. So, dito naman, so makikita natin yung resulta ng naging crossing ng pure breeding ng yellow at saka ng green. So, makikita natin dun sa parental first generation. So, ang pinag-combine natin ay pure na yellow at saka pure na green. So, ibig sabihin, homozygous dominant ito at saka homozygous recessive. So, during gametogenesis, so, during fertilization, so, when these gametes, okay, when the gametes are formed during gametogenesis, so, ang naging gametes nito is capital Y, which is dominant, at saka small letter Y, ibig sabihin, recessive. So, nung nagkaroon ng formation doon sa mga gametes, galing doon sa pure breed na yellow at pure breed na green, so all the zygote will have the genotype capital Y and small letter y, which is heterozygous or naging hybrid na siya. Okay, thus, all the F1 plants will have the genotype of YY. So, ito na ang magiging genotype niyan. So, yung combinations ng genes, ng organisms, itong combination na siya, ang tawag natin dito ay genotype. Genotype na yan. So, ano naman ang tawag doon sa observable physical trait of an organism? Okay? Nagaling doon sa genetic makeup. So, ang tawag naman natin dito, itong capital Y at saka small letter y, genotype yan. Okay, and then, yung phenotype naman, okay, pag tinanong kayo, anong phenotype nito? So, since ito ay capital letter Y at siya ay mas dominant pa rin yung yellow, so, ibig sabihin, ang trait nito is yellow. So, ibig sabihin, nung pinag-combine yung pure breed na yellow at pure breed na green, ang lumabas pa rin ay heterozygous or hybrid na siya at ang trait niyan is yellow. Yung yellow, ang tawag natin dito is phenotype. At yung genotype, ito naman yun, na heterozygous. If the genotype is capital Y and small letter y, heterozygous, so ang phenotype po niyan is yellow. So, titingnan lagi natin ang itong unahan. Okay? Laging mas nananaig yung dominant trait. So, since ito ay yellow, ito ay green. So, since may dominant tayo dito na yellow, the phenotype is yellow. So, kapag ang genotype naman ay dalawang small letter y, so, ibig sabihin, walang dominant dyan, parehas recessive. At alam natin na kapag recessive na small letter y, ang phenotype naman yan is green. So, kapag ang genotype naman ay parehas na capital Y, sabihin pure breed ito, so ang ating phenotype niyan is yellow. Mendel's crosses can be recorded in a chart called the Punnett square. So, ganito ang itsura ng Punnett square. This Punnett square, it helps us to predict the outcome of a given cross, and it allows us to determine the possible combinations of genes in a cross. Okay, using Punnett square, let us determine the offspring of the following. So, for example, we have yellow, which is heterozygous, and heterozygous yellow again. So, let us have a Punnett square. Okay, sa Punnett square, so susundan lang natin kung ano yung kanilang genotype. So, since this is capital Y and another small letter y, and then another capital Y and small letter y. So, male, we have genotype na heterozygous and heterozygous ulit sa kabilang female naman. So, sa Punnett square, napakadali lang yan kasi ipagko-cross lang natin yung pagkatapat. So, since parehas itong dominant, so we have here both capital Y, which is both dominant. Okay, and then capital Y and small letter y, dominant and recessive. So, we have isang dominant at isang recessive. And then this one, okay, may dominant tayo at recessive. So, sabihin dominant din at saka recessive. So, kapag nagko-cross tayo, laging nasa unahan yung dominant. And then this one, recessive and recessive. So, obviously, we have two recessive. Now, okay. So, ito yung naging offspring. So, ano naman ngayon ang phenotype ng bawat genotype na yan? So, this one, so since meron tayong dominant, so ibig sabihin, dominant, so ito ay, ang phenotype niyan is yellow. And this one, since recessive, so this will be green. And this one, since dominant ulit ito, so we have here yellow. And this one, parehas siyang dominant, so this will be yellow. Okay, let us now distinguish the genotypic ratio and the phenotypic ratio of the offspring. So, sa genotypic ratio, titingin tayo ay dito sa mga letters na to. So, ilan ba ang mayroong dominant na trait? So, ilang percent yan? So, syempre, binubuo yan ng 100%. So, kung apat yan, 25%. So, we have here 25% na dominant yellow. Okay, ayan. And then, we have dalawang magkatulad. So, ibig sabihin, 50% ang ating heterozygous. Ayan. And then, isa lang ang ating genotype na ganito. So, this will be 25%. Okay. Small letter Y or homozygous recessive. Okay. So, pagdating naman sa phenotype, so, ang titingnan naman natin is itong mga traits na to. Kasi ito ang tinatawag natin na phenotype. So, ilan ba ang may yellow? Okay, ang yellow ay 3. So, ibig sabihin, 75% ang ating yellow. And ang green natin ay isa. So, that will be 25% green. So, when it comes to ratio, ang phenotypic ratio natin ay since 3 ang yellow, so this will be 3:1 dahil 3 ang yellow natin at isa ang green. Pagdating sa genotypic ratio, ilan ba ang homozygous dominant natin? Isa. So, we have 1. Saan ko ba isusulat? 1:2. Dalawa ang ating yellow. So, 1:2:1. Dahil isa ang ating homozygous dominant, dalawa ang heterozygous dominant, at isang homozygous recessive. Kaya 1:2:1 ang ating genotypic at 3:1 naman ang phenotypic ratio. Again, what is the difference between genotype and phenotype? Kapag nakakita kayo ng ganito at saka ng ganito, yes, that is what we call the genotype. When we say genotype, genotype is a combination of genes of an organism. At pag nakakita naman kayo ng ganito, yellow, green, axial, terminal, so that is what we call the phenotype. The observable physical trait of an organism brought about by the genetic material, and that is what we call the phenotype. This is the end of our lesson vlog about the Mendelian genetics. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned from this vlog. This is me again, Teacher Tin. See you on my next vlog. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell for more updates in Science 8. Goodbye and see you on my next vlog.